Nvidia got in touch and said, can we get these two to build a PC? And I was like, probably not, to be honest. Have you actually seen them do anything? And they said, that's fine, because that's the point of this, is that people that maybe haven't built PCs give it a go and show that it can be done.
So wait, what's happening? What have I got to do?
So you two are going to go to the office. There'll be a load of PC components there, including a new GPU from Nvidia, and then you build a PC, and then you show that actually anyone can build a PC.
But I've never built a PC in my life.
That is the point, really, Connor, isn't it? I've just said, right, the two of you, 40-year-old man, his possible son, get together. People have said, are you related? All right, it's not just me. One of you doesn't have to build it. One of you can just order one from a website. It's called PC Specialist. Jim, you build the PC. Connor can just film himself tapping a keyboard, ordering it online. Let's be clear, this is being paid for by Nvidia and PCSpecialist.com, right? Don't mess it up.
I'm really worried about this because I know I'm going to break something.
We'll just bolt it together, we'll download some RAM and it'll be fine.
Connor and I will be basing our PCs around a Core i5 processor and Nvidia's new 4070 Super GPU, a spec that offers incredible bang per buck at a mid-range price point. The 4070 Super offers a superb high-end ray tracing experience with the full DLSS 3.5 feature set that includes performance-boosting features like DLSS Super Resolution and frame generation. If you don't know what that means, basically it gives a lot of games a magic button that you can press to give yourself higher frame rates. And if you still don't know what that means, I actually can't think of a way to explain it any more simply than that. You're kind of on your own there. I'll be building my PC from scratch, while Connor will be using PCSpecialist.com's idiot-proof configurator tool to spec his machine, and then we're going to test them out with a selection of games and benchmarks and compare notes to see who ends up with the best gaming PC at the end of this process. So now it's my turn to build my PC, and my performance is going to be assessed by Alex Donaldson, VG247's resident technology expert, and he tells me that he became genuinely exasperated watching me struggle.
I'm sort of the resident hardware nerd. I've built a lot of PCs for a lot of different reasons. I do a lot of benchmarking. I'm the guy who reviews graphics cards and stuff on the site.
Hello and welcome to Two Idiots Build a PC, brought to you by our friends at PCSpecialist.com and Nvidia, who assure us, Connor, that even a pair of idiots like ourselves, they didn't say that because they're nice people.
No.
That's the spin we're putting on.
Yeah, we're doing.
Even a couple of idiots like ourselves should be able to sort out a really decent spec PC without too much hassle.
It is easier, I think, to build a PC now than it's ever been. It's sort of become a bit more like Lego. It's a lot more plug and play.
What the hell is this cable for? Either by building it ourselves, which we're told is easy enough these days, or by using the PCSpecialist.com configuration tool. Can I go off script a second, right?
Sure.
And just say that I genuinely, my home PC is from PCSpecialist.com.
Is it really?
It is, right? And I'll drop footage in right now to prove it.
Prove it.
Completely unrelated to this video, and yeah, it's great. It's like the nicest object I've ever owned.
So we're putting this sort of two idiots thing to the test, so see if we can actually, literally anyone can build their own PC.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I've never built a PC in my life. I've always done pre-built.
Yeah.
What's your PC building experience?
My PC building experience is I've never built one from scratch. Yeah.
So we're leaving this in your reliable hands.
Yeah.
I am doing something else.
That bodes well.
Connor is going to give me moral support from behind camera B, which is going to be over here, and I'm going to get on with this.
How hard could it be?
It's going to be really hard. I've been dreading this for a while, but you know, it should be fun. It's just like, you know, we're gonna play a bit of Cyberpunk there, right? That's always
that's always fun. Let's get right into it.
And then later, you're going to use the PC configurator tool under some sort of duress.
Duress.
Excuse my Farmer John get up. I've entered my Gillette era. Is it Gillette?
The best amount.
Okay, right. What we got here? We got a Core i5, very respectable CPU after all these years. This is a really nice motherboard. Loads of slots for hard drive and stuff. We know this is the case though, right? Arguably the most important part of the machine, especially if you're the sort of person who might, well, accidentally kick your PC because it's on the floor. So DDR5 is a 32 gig matched pair and it's RGB to the max.
Perfect.
Tricking out your PC like it's Fast and Furious. Right, that's our NVMe SSD hard drive. So, well, it's not a hard drive, but you know what I mean. There's nothing hard about it. That's 7,000 megabits a second. So that would work in a PS5, which is cool.
That is cool.
Liquid CPU cooler.
Okay.
I remember I used to work in Maplin, the defunct electronics shop, and I remember when liquid cooling kind of came in, and it was an absolute nightmare. You know, people were getting like fluid all over their motherboards.
Right, yeah, that was, I always heard like horror stories and like cooling like breaking everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It used to be something you did like for high performance if you were overclocking, but it was a risky thing.
This is actually a really good point. Liquid cooling is so much easier these days. Like, yes, you can still do the full traditional liquid build, but you can now buy stuff like these closed loop coolers where you can get a lot of the benefit of using liquid cooling, but without any of the hassle.
Can you tell the people at home what liquid is typically in liquid cooling?
Absolutely no idea.
Perfect.
So this is the star of the show, obviously. Right, and this is the GeForce RTX 4070 Super. Donaldson gave it a fantastic review on the site, so you should check that out.
It's a good card.
So the 40 series GPUs have got all the the DLSS 3 stuff going on. So you've got AI frame generation. You've got all these new technologies, AI driven technologies that are designed to enhance ray tracing performance as much as possible. So as we move further and further into the future of this stuff, ray tracing is going to become more and more important when it comes to games and game design, and it's really, really difficult to do just in terms of like maths, which is why the people like designing ray tracing hardware have had to come up with all these technologies to kind of reduce the performance burden.
Ray tracing is, I think, the transformative visual technology for video games right now, and you look at a game like Cyberpunk with and without ray tracing, it's a night and day difference. Really good ray tracing implementation is the difference between a game that feels sort of like a souped up version of a last gen game and a game that feels truly like a next gen game. But it comes with a catch, which is it absolutely destroys the frame rates, and that is where DLSS comes in. DLSS in particular I think is a must-have. If a game has it, I always turn it on, I never leave it off. It's obviously an exclusive feature on the RTX range of graphics cards from Nvidia, and in this build you guys are using a 4070 Super. We're now on DLSS 3, and the third iteration of the technology is so much better than the stuff that came before, and that is why these cards are so special. You know, it's these features that are the difference maker that really have made the Nvidia cards so attractive.
No, come on, keep going. There you go. There we go.
Okay, that's not how I would have opened that box.
Pretty nice case.
That is a nice case. Look at that.
Oh, really nice case. High-speed USB ports at the front. Nice little dust filter there, so you can take that out and just like shake it, hang them up like a rug, and beat them with sticks.
Right.
I personally wouldn't take that off until after you finish building and handling the PC loads, because you're just going to end up with fingerprints.
5 million views on TikTok, that.
Amazing.
Tag it ASMR. For a start, this is not the front, this is the top.
You're having a laugh.
I was like, where are the thumb screws? It's like, there weren't any thumb screws because I was looking at the bottom.
Are you cheating, Jim?
Well, I'm consulting a guide because I feel like that might be the most pertinent thing to do.
There's people at home without a computer. You to look up on their computer.
Well, I feel like most people who are building in the position to build a PC in the first place probably ordered it on some sort of device.
Right, I mean, that makes sense.
Which they can then, you know, it's not something that affects your masculinity or something if you have to consult an instruction manual. You know, people are more sensible than that these days. It's not the 70s.
Treacherous scenes. So, you messed this up.
The video is over, yeah. It's
proven that there are, in fact, levels of idiocy, and not even Nvidia.
Levels of idiocy that even modern, accessible PC technology
cannot accommodate.
Just can't account for.
It's pretty much impossible these days to put a CPU in the wrong way or anything, which is good.
I don't even know how you line this up. Snap the plastic cover off the retaining.
Slightly concerned by Jim opening this up before he's got the dust cover off.
Just snap it off.
Yeah, and well, Connor is actually, for once, just right. Just snap it off Bilawele, push it from the back or pull it from the top.
Yeah. It's not funny, man.
Force in there. Yeah, get the fucking tools in there. Get the tools in there. Yeah, there we go.
I've never seen one of these where you actually need to use a tool to get that off. Because again, any tool being too close to the pins of the motherboard, not good.
So now I've got to clip this down.
Whoa. Oh, okay. That must be it.
That's gotta be it, right?
If it's not, then
Then we'll find out in half an hour when the machine's built and it doesn't boot.
Right, and then install the memory on the motherboard. Well, that's easy enough. I could install memory with my eyes closed.
But yeah, RAM is nice and easy. I would have put the motherboard in the case before putting the RAM in.
the dexterity on this man. Amazing.
Sure. I was putting it in the wrong bloody side.
Yeah. Oh,
There we go.
perfect. Will you get it the right way round this time? I nearly caught you doing it wrong again. Yes, guys, have a look.
Oh, Christ. You were like, oh, it's good dexterity you've got there. It's like when you tell an old person, well done for eating all their dinner, you know? And it's like, he's eating all of his mashed potato today, he's doing really well. And the guy's like 70, and he's like, I used to run a bank. Hey, we're cooking my gas now, right?
Yeah.
So, this is screwdriver time.
Uh-oh. That's fine.
Yeah, I need a screwdriver.
Odds are you don't need a screwdriver. Odds are you don't need one.
No, I need a screwdriver.
Okay.
I 100% need a screwdriver and do not have a screwdriver.
Technical break.
Yeah. Man, I've just forgotten the screwdriver.
The PC building experience, everyone.
We're not going to include anything about the fact that I just had to like run around the entire Gamer Network office trying to find a tiny screwdriver.
There are 100% people who have done this in the past, right? With like butter knives. Or like knives they've had.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
I've done it in the past with a butter knife, I'm afraid to say.
So, everyone around, make sure you have a tiny screwdriver at home.
Make sure you have Andy Farron's desk nearby.
I was going to say who in that office would actually be handy enough to have a screwdriver, but Andy Farron checks out. Okay, so now the motherboard's going in, which makes me feel a bit better. I like to get the motherboard in the case early because it's one of the parts that feels more fragile to me. So get it in the case, get it safe.
Okay.
Okay? Sorted?
No.
No?
No.
No.
I can see something that's missing there. I can see daylight through the back of the motherboard.
Do you need all the screws in that for it to work?
Yeah, you don't want a shortage.
No, exactly. That's gonna, like, again, like, I don't know anything about building computers. I did electronics at school a little bit.
You did electronics at school?
Like GCSE.
Well, you should be doing this bit then.
Oh, I was! The PC's almost ready.
He's not almost ready. What
do you mean?
He's not remotely almost ready.
Been there like for 4 hours. We've got
I
like
know.
an hour and a half left.
I'm really confused.
What are you confused about at this stage?
Yeah, power switch.
That can be a bit fiddly if that's what you're doing. But it's all marked on the cables.
I don't meant to know any of this shit. Who would trust me to do this? That's what I'm doing. Folk just send you an email and they're like, do you want to build a PC? And I'm like, I'm sure. Like if Quick Fit had emailed me and gone, do you want to spend the day changing people's carburetors? I'd be like, I ain't no bother. And I'd just be sat there like, wait a minute.
Torch is always useful at this stage. This is your problem. It's a lack of preparation. You need lack of tools.
Okay, this is like a big component, right? So you just put that over the CPU.
Don't touch the. I'm assuming that looks to me like it's pre-done thermal paste. So you don't want to touch that because you theoretically can just press that onto the CPU and away you go. So don't touch it. Keep it safe.
Like I can't just not do
Ignore the rest of it. Ignore the rest. Get the thermal paste on the CPU first. Screw that down, and then you can mess about.
When you pitch two idiots do stuff, right?
I didn't factor in that like it might actually be quite difficult to build a PC.
Right, because the entire point of the sponsored videos are how it's not difficult to build a PC.
Yeah.
Which makes it especially funny.
PC specialists are probably elated watching this. What proof
Right.
that what people should actually do instead of messing around like this moron?
It's pay us a little bit extra
Yeah,
and we'll put it together.
just go to our configurator.
Yeah. We have all the screwdrivers.
They got their own screwdrivers, man.
Yeah.
Like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You don't have to drive to Brighton.
So you've done your own thermal paste. I hope you've cleaned the preset stuff off the back of the cooler there. You don't want to double paste it. That's an okay amount. I think that looks all right. Okay, so you've cleared the back of the cooler, so that's good.
You want to just like
Just like that, yeah. Just slam it down there. Yeah.
screw the clamps on.
What have you just snapped off?
No, it's just the logo.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, can you stop scaring me like that?
Right, so connect the pump tack cable
What are you saying?
to the CPU fan header on your motherboard.
connect each fan to the Y splitter cable,
What?
and then plug the Y splitter cable into a 4-pin header on your motherboard.
I think what's funny is all that to me makes perfect sense, but when I hear you read it out with a sense of bewilderment, Jim, it does sound like it's Klingon.
This is pure TikTok content. Right, let's have a look at this exactly.
This should be TikTok content.
Everyone loves 4070s.
Everyone loves 4070.
What's the smell on that? How's that smell?
Beautiful. But here it is, 4070 Super, the mid-range card to end all mid-range cards. It would be really funny if we thought we were home free, and then because I'd made a mistake 2 hours earlier,
Yeah.
the graphics cards wouldn't line up with the blank input.
It would be hilarious. That was a good stab. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Let's just turn it on and plug it in and see if it...
The fact that as you lift it back up onto the table, there's stuff rattling around scares me a little bit, but I'm sure it's just loose, unnecessary stuff.
See if it boots. Do you know how you get Windows onto these things?
You have to have an install key.
Oh, okay. Well, I might be doing that back in the house. There's a thing, right?
Right.
It's a thing.
What is this?
I forgot to put the RF shield on before I mounted the motherboard.
Oh, that was what I thought was missing earlier. No.
Please don't tell me you gotta take it out.
I've got to take that out to get
You're having a laugh.
No, yeah, you can't put it in from the other side.
Yeah, man, I've got to take that out to get that in.
You're having a
I
laugh.
don't think there's any way to get it in with...
Having a laugh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm stepping out. That's crazy.
Well, do you know what? Just not gonna bother. Just don't bring me.
Might be warranty voiding there. Okay.
It's fine. I'm just... It increases airflow, right?
Not sure that's entirely correct. The important thing is, does it boot?
Here we go. Oh, the fan's turning on. Lights.
I always hate this moment after you press the power button because it takes a while.
Power button's flashing. It says no HDMI cable is plugged in. Oh, wait.
No,
Wait, it's
whoa,
booting.
whoa. It's booting.
I can't believe it. You got to BIOS. I don't believe it.
Are you joking? That's actually working.
That's working. You built a computer.
It's all that extra. I'm telling you, not putting that blanking plate on was
everything.
that was everything, right?
I can't believe it.
I was going to say, is the graphics card working? But it's plugged into the graphics card, so
It's working.
this is working. I didn't break it.
You didn't break it.
I didn't break it.
You didn't break it.
Didn't break it.
But, Jim,
Yeah.
can it run Cyberpunk?
I think you did all right. I would give you, if I was scoring you out of 10, I think I would give you a 7. You could have had an 8, but you missed that RF shield, which is a real shame. And I do think you probably will have to take the motherboard out of the PC and just pop that in place just to be safe. But everything else you did pretty well. There were no major disasters, and sort of you gained some bonus. You gained some credit from me for clearing the old paste, the preset paste off the cooler, and putting your own paste on and doing a decent sized blob as well, because a lot of people overdo it. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a 7 out of 10.
So, Connor, you drew the long straw.
Right.
Because you didn't want to build a PC yourself. Because you're a massive coward. You are not going to build a PC from scratch. You're going to use PCSpecialist.com's configurator tool.
That's right. Rather than spend 6 hours in an office, cry and shit and piss myself, I'm going to use the website for the company who's sponsoring us, because you can just have someone else build it for you. Because my time is valuable. Spending a little bit extra money to have it shipped to me perfectly made, rather than being made by some melon from Bristol. It seems ideal. So PCSpecialist.com.
I agree. With that in mind, right, given that it's obviously easier, you have incurred an impediment.
Okay.
You have to do it wearing these boxing gloves.
Sure. Are these your boxing gloves? I didn't know you did any sports.
I don't do any sports. I just bought them for this specific challenge.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got to expense those and write a reason on a form.
This is my personal laptop as well. So like I can't like smash the fucking... Right.
All right, go on then, genius.
Now I'm going on PCSpecialist.com.
Yeah. Are you actually managing it?
Yeah.
Oh my word! I thought you'd really struggle just to get on the website.
Because PCSpecialist.com is a leading brand in their field, all you've really got to type in is PCSP, and it's like the first one that comes up. What's the keyboard command where you want to like select things on the website? You can't use your key. What's like you're old. If you want to not use a mouse, how do you do the thing where you like select bits of the web page and like you can use the numpad to...
I don't know.
Useless.
I don't know.
Useless. Like you have to build a PC with like no issues at all. Meanwhile, you put these things on me.
The whole point was to try and level the playing field.
The whole point is to show how easy it is to get a PC Specialist PC.
Yeah.
And also to level the playing field. I'd have to play.
Yeah. The whole point is it's easy to get a PC Specialist PC if you're an idiot and you're wearing boxing gloves.
Yeah, but who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? Jim, what's like the exact wording of the challenge? Because it's still fine. I've still got like 5 hours to do it.
Okay. Well, the exact wording of the challenge is that you must complete an order of a custom PC from PCSpecialist.com while wearing boxing gloves. I'm going to allow that.
Yeah, you are.
Because you've violated the spirit of the challenge.
The spirit?
Yeah, but without violating the letter of the challenge, and I respect that.
You know, it's just this sort of brains you need to be a PC gamer in it. And look, PCSpecialist.com. Wham!
Yeah,
just like that, easy.
There we go. Nice.
Memory?
32 gig of Corsair Vengeance, I believe.
Oh my lord!
Is what you're after. Yeah, so you want to get rid of that integrated graphics rubbish, and you want the 4070.
Where's that? There we go.
Yeah.
Bang, 12 gigs.
RTX 40. Is it the Super?
There we go.
There we go.
That's
You
what
want the
it's
Super? Yeah.
That's what idiots should double check. Hard drives, optical storage, memory card readers.
Alright, storage, we just want a 1 terabyte M.2 SSD. Is there one that goes up to 7,000 megabits per second? Because that's the spec we had before.
Certainly looks like we've got some cheekier ones down here. 1 terabyte solid GM ProGen SSD up to 7,000 megabytes per second.
Yeah, go for that then. That sounds good.
Yeah, another one as well if you want. And then you can even get monitors and keyboards and stuff. We had the nick stuff from the office when we were testing out the other one. You know, if you want it, that's it. We don't want that one now. You can buy gaming chairs. You can get this built in 3 working days before dispatch.
That's insane.
You can order a 2 to 3 day delivery Republic of Ireland, time delivery to UK, 5 day delivery to Gibraltar. Right, so that's our PC all figured out. What we're going to do is pick like the delivery options and we're good.
Go for the express option, see what happens.
Well, one sec. It's here. No fuss. Straight to your door. Done. Look at that. PC Specialist. Really, really easy. Really simple. Straightforward. No fuss.
Right, but do you have any pride in that?
Yes.
How?
Because I get to play a game today. That PC will run better than yours.
You built it to the same spec as mine, like literally the same spec.
Yeah, exactly. It will run better. It will run the same as yours, but it will probably like sound like it's not dying, like I imagine yours is. I mean, look at this.
Look at that.
Look at this.
Isn't that a thing of beauty?
It's amazing.
But the airflow's terrible in that. Look at all that.
Yeah, but you take this out. Instead of protect my delivery mode. Don't build a PC. What's the point? Have other smarter people do it for you.
incredible. You've got all these amazing technologies working in concert with each other. You've got the DLSS image reconstruction, frame generation, G-Sync. And look at this foliage. You've got this really dense foliage, you've got ray traced reflections, you've got ray traced shadows. It all just creates this beautiful world that you kind of feel like you can bend down and pick up the gravel, and that's what it's all about, right? Connor, we've been testing our PCs, right? Now, we deliberately built our PCs to pretty much the same spec. There's a couple of tiny differences in terms of model numbers. The GPU is the same, but the manufacturer's different. Stuff like that, right? But they're essentially the same PC. So this is either going to be not interesting or it's going to be very interesting, right?
It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
So we both ran the 3D Mark test, the DLSS feature test,
right?
Which runs a benchmark, and it's a really nice, nice looking sort of 3D sequence. It does it with DLSS off, and then it does it with DLSS on, and it tells you the difference, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you my numbers, right? So my PC with DLSS off got 26.15 frames a second.
Yeah. Okay.
And with DLSS on, I got 101.44 frames per second.
That's very interesting, Jim. Because having run the same test with DLSS off, I hit 26.08 FPS.
Oh, so I'm doing slightly better than you there, okay.
Maybe. But DLSS on, 105.67.
105?
105.67.
Well, like
all the way up there.
Like a full 4 FPS better than me.
As always, I end up on top of this sort of stuff.
You do win everything. I don't know how you've won this one. This isn't even a skill issue for you. I suppose it is actually.
It is. It is literally a skill issue because I ordered it from skilled PC builders who I guess put their magic into it.
You ordered it from actual professionals, and I put a giant hole in the back of mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Do you think it's the hole that's like reducing my FPS slightly?
Yeah,
I don't understand
airflow, but you lose FPS. You're losing some FPS out the hole in the back of your PC. Yeah.
Oh, that's mad. Okay, but the big test obviously is Cyberpunk. Yeah. Cyberpunk has its own benchmark built in, and we both ran that with the same settings and like maximum base, like with ray tracing on, path tracing on, which is like the step up ray tracing that's even better than ray tracing. Like you have to get Alex to explain that
for sure.
But I've got a pretty decent PC that I wouldn't even bother turning path tracing on because I know that the frames would tank.
Yeah, it's one of those sort of options you only turn on if you've got a giga PC, like the E3 demo PC.
Yeah, exactly. But if you've got a normal person's PC, you look at that and you think, well, I'm not even going to bother because I'm just a mortal. That's not for me.
Yeah.
But with all that running, 1440p, average FPS in that benchmark, I got, with it's obviously with DLSS on, I got 82.93 FPS, which is incredibly respectable.
That is solid.
That's I'm fine with 60 FPS, so that's like, as far as I'm concerned, that's running perfectly.
I mean, 60 is the minimum you want, right?
Yeah.
It's the minimum you want. Bad news again, though, obviously. I hit 89.13 FPS on the same benchmark. So, like, again, but you know.
So you got like 6 FPS better almost.
What is 6 FPS between friends?
I know, but it's still a bigger number.
It is a bigger number.
It's the difference is negligible, but it's still annoying because you win every single challenge we do, and this has nothing to do with whether or not I can play Cyberpunk properly.
No,
and
it
everything
has everything to do with you if you can build a PC, which you can. You can do that, but like, there are some blokes up in Wakefield just like tinkering with PC parts, and they are just better than you. They always will be. At putting these computers together. So you can only blame yourself. But it was a good try. I mean, building the PC was quite impressive.
I will happily concede that I can't build a PC as well as seasoned professionals who do this for a living. And yeah, PC specialists are great. Like joking aside, we've been through this. But you know what? I'm happy with my rickety little PC that has a big hole in the back of it. I've been chastised for leaving the blanking plate off the back. I've been chastised for my cable management. And these are not problems if you get a proper professional to build your PC, but I'm really happy with mine.
Yeah, you were going on about your pride about like building it yourself, which apparently is worth the 6 less FPS.
I really want to get a microscopic look at the differences between your PC and mine, so I'm going to come around and nick yours. Right,
and leave yours in.
Yeah. And I'm going to come around and nick yours, and then I'm going to shove a camera inside both of them just to see what the differences are. Because I can't figure out why yours is running quicker, and it surely can't just be because the cable management's better.
I promise you, it is because the cable management is done by human beings with hands, and also because like a bunch of wizards in Wakefield built it.
Let's have a look at the sort of differences we've got here. The specs are broadly similar. They've got the same GPU, they've got the same CPU. The first thing that strikes me about mine is that the cable management is absolutely horrendous. This front fan here isn't working. I'm not sure that's too much of an issue. The thing is water cooled and the rear fan's running. You've got the CPU fans up there and a big radiator, so and obviously the GPU cools itself, so I'm not too concerned about that. And there's a lot of airflow, of course, because I didn't put the RF shield on the motherboard, which was a deliberate design decision, as I'm sure the record shows. Also, curiously, I've messed up the wiring, so you can see, I'm not going to stick my hand in it because it's on, obviously. If you look in there, the CPU cooling block is meant to light up. Now, I had some issues, as you saw in the footage, where I couldn't quite figure out the wiring, but I know that the pump is working, the temperatures are perfectly fine. But because I messed up the lighting, it's just kind of lit by the RAM, really. Although I do like that effect, it's just this like lone pillar of light in the middle. Let's have a look at Connor's build. Alright, so this is much nicer. You'll see straight away all the lights are working. The light on the CPU cooling block is working. All the fans are on. There's a lot more fans here, so there's a lot more active cooling going on. There's some extremely tidy cable management going on. It's just a nicer build. And yeah, they remembered to put the blanking plates and the RF shield on because they're professionals and not idiots. Now, they are the same spec, but this is a beautiful machine. This is messy and chaotic like my life. But you know what? Crucially, it gets the job done.
Right, so at this point, I'm assuming people have seen what you've done. Hopefully it looks sort of semi-professional. I haven't seen it yet when we're recording this. I'm a bit surprised you managed to do it at all, to be honest. Like, some of the stuff that was coming out of you both during the recording, like, I've got some quotes, right? Jim, in a late night message, the whole thing has been a disaster. I messaged Connor and said, can you check Jim's all right?
Yeah.
Tell him it's going to be okay. Because all I was getting from you was like single word responses. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, is this just a Jim problem or a real problem? Not to belittle your problems, Jim, right?
Yeah.
I needed another pair of eyes on the situation. Connor was like, this is the best thing we've ever recorded.
It was very, very good.
He said it was brilliant.
It was pretty good.
And then he was like, we've set the fire alarm off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did, yeah.
And I was like, why was that? That's not a fire, I hope.
Who's we?
Nobody wants to hear about me setting off a fire alarm, right? What they want to hear about is the fact that this PC is great and it works and it's not overheating, running like DLSS 3 games really nicely. It's got a 4070 Super. it's a wonderful build, and I think it's under £2,000. I think it's about £1,800, and I've got like a £3,000 PC right directly underneath it, and the performance levels are very comparable, except the £3,000 PC doesn't have DLSS 3. So
that sounds pretty good, but it did take you like 6 hours. I, on the other hand, was able to order it in about 2 minutes. Pretty much the same build. Loved me some DLSS 3. Hitman 3, Cyberpunk, fantastic. It runs like a dream. And I don't have to worry about like airflow or the wiring being bad because a bunch of professionals who do it for money did it for me.
You're professionals that do it for money.
The only problem with this, right, is that the RGB light on the CPU cooler itself isn't lighting up, and I can't figure out why. But it's definitely because I've plugged it into the wrong thing.
Ruined it. In 2 months, that'll explode.
It is running and it is cooling the CPU, so that's kind of all I care about.
Okay.
But if you pay PC specialists to build it for you, you don't have to worry about any stuff like that. I do see your point, Connor.
It just works like a dream.
But I tell you what, I'm really proud of this thing. Like, it's a bit untidy inside, and I didn't put the blanking plate on it.
What does the blanking plate do?
Well, it's meant to be an RF shield, right? And it's obviously to kind of, it protects the ports and stuff, and it's a bit of a dust cover, because otherwise you've got a big gaping hole in the back of your PC. But crucially, what happened was that I'd mounted the CPU, and then I'd mounted the motherboard, and then I'd mounted the cooler, and then realized that I hadn't put the blanking plate on, and you kind of need to do the blanking plate bit first.
Yeah.
So I was like, am I going to sit here and spend waste another 3 hours of Connor's life unmounting it all, or can I just say it's better for airflow, which it is because of physics, right? But apart from the fact that the blanking plate isn't on, the cable management is a bit rubbish, and the entirely my fault, not the hardware's fault, and the CPU cooler isn't lighting up for some reason. Apart from that, it's perfect, and I feel a much greater sense of pride looking at that than I do looking at the PC that I just spent money on. Yeah. So that's the difference, really. I guess you build your own PC, and you can feel a great wash of pride that I built something with my own hands and it works.
If things not lighting up or parts being missing from your expensive PC would give you a panic attack probably every day, then just buy it. Pre-built, perfect.
Connor's quite smug for doing something that literally anyone on the planet could do with internet connection. But yeah, well done, Jim. You did what I managed to do as a child, using other people's money.